Hello, everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wild Side review. I am Aloho, and today we got the review of WWE NXT's No Mercy from this weekend on Sunday. Uh, so we're gonna go over the matches individually, give you a score overall of the whole show, and which ones were the matches of the night. Um, I'm not gonna go too much into negative points unless it's extremely bad. So in any of these reviews going forward with wrestling shows, just trying to keep it positive as much as I can. But yeah, the overall card was pretty good. Actually, it was very good. There was a few matches that felt a little off, but every match has every card has a few matches of those that are not that fall short. Not there's not many perfect cards out there. But yeah, let's start off first. The first match of the night was the NXT Tag Team Championship match, which was the Chase U defending their titles versus Frazier and Axiom. Um, I had a feeling that Chase U would retain and will cause a rift between Frazier and Axiom. Boy, was I wrong! As not Frazier and Axiom became tag team champions once again, and the rift was not between them; it was between Rich Holland attacks all of Chase U after the match. But before we jump into that a little more, the match overall was fucking great. This is a way to just start off a show for sure. Um, a lot of high spots, um, a lot of miscommunication spots from specifically Axiom super kicking Frazier hard. I think twice they did one of those miscommunication spots in this match between Frazier and Axiom. Chase U was working in all cylinders. They had some great chemistry in there, but Nathan Frazier and Axiom had some beautiful, beautiful high spots right off the off the jump. It was such a good match. But then again, after the match, uh, wasn't Rich Holland disappointed with the loss, attacks the rest is Chase U and then Andre Chase, and then ends up like package DDT him on the announce table and causes him. It looks like he injured his neck. A stretcher comes out. It was very wild. But yeah, great match to start off the show here in Denver. I give this an 8 out of 10. It was very good match in my opinion. The second match we're gonna talk about here was the grudge match between Wes Lee and the new X Division champion Zachary Wentz. That's right. TNA and WWE, especially NXT, are working together quite a bit now. Um, yeah, I had a feeling Wesley was gonna win due to the TNA NXT. Obviously, it's a different company, but they gave it to Zachary Wentz. He picks up a big win. This match was very good. It looked because of the height of where they were in Denver. They were a little winded in certain parts of the match, but the match definitely started off fast. So that I do understand. They slowed down about 3 minutes to 5 minutes into the match. You could see the pace of it slow down, possibly due to the altitude. But regardless, they still kept up the pace as much as they could. Um, there was a little bit of timing issues on some of the spots, but again, it might have been the exhaustion due to the altitude again there. So can't fully blame him on that one. Um, but yeah, the other rascal, Trey Miguel, comes out and stops Wes from using the chair on Wentz, as he had his head pinned in the post and was gonna probably give him some CTE with that chair shot that he was looking to give him. But Trey Miguel with the assist. Zachary Wentz pulls up a big win here. Uh, I give this match an 8.5 out of 10. Great match. The finish was also good. I was expecting Miguel to come in a little earlier, but great that left him to the end of the match. Very good match to continue in this card. The third match here, it was the NXT North American Championship match, Women's North American Champion. Um, Kalani Jordan versus Wendy Chu. I've been pronouncing that wrong the whole time. I say Cho, the double O, but no, apparently it's Chu. Okay. Um, this was a average match. It was okay. Um, Nothing too crazy except Chu doing a lot of that creepy Undertaker kind of slash Bray Wyatt where they just stand up, just look at you kind of what stuff, which is what they're building her character to be now. Uh, there was a bit of one botch out here that brought the whole match down. It was they were both on the top rope, fighting back and forth where they both ended up falling off. They recovered pretty quickly, and Chu did a good job trying to cover it up, but we all know it was a botch. It was a high spot, so it's understandable, but definitely brought down the match itself half a point, in my opinion. Kalani Jordan retains. Like I said, it was an okay match, nothing too crazy. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Um, this like I said, it could have been better, but I also was not expecting a lot from this match. Moving on to the fourth match. Here we have the NXT North American Champion, um, Obafemi, defending his title and putting on the line against the Don, Tony D'Angelo. Uh, Man, no, I'd never seen the Oba be manhandled quite like Tony did in this match. Uh, they were both throwing big haymakers, big moves. In part of the match, and probably early on in the match, the first half of the match, Tony D'Angelo looked like he twisted his ankle, which he dropped. It looked like a botch or miscommunication, but it was he twisted his ankle, so that did not really drop down the pointage on this match because it was a possible injury. Uh, but regardless, besides that, it was just two strong, beefy men just slapping meat, as my friend likes to say. Um, this was such a good match. At the end of the match, Oba family takes care of the La Familia, the rest of them, and they were outside. And Oba family pulls off a big victory, taking out the Don. I was hoping for the Don to win, personally, but Obafemi is still the monster. But Obafemi did have some fear during the match. I don't think he's ever been handled like that. And at the end of the match, when he did one, he just stared down Tony D'Angelo. I don't know if it was respect or fear or a combination of both, but definitely showed that okay, he may not be invincible, which is kind of good. You need to step him down. But this match was pretty good. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Um, there was nothing too crazy or nothing over the top different from a lot of matches I've seen, besides Obafemi being handled a little bit. So it gets graded down a little because of that, but it's 7.5 out of 10. Still a solid match. Um, the next match here we're going to talk about is the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne versus Jada Parker. Uh, this match I love, man. Personally, I'm a big fan of Roxanne. Love her. She definitely deserves a nickname of the Prodigy. She is very good, especially for what she's like 22. She's so young, so strongly built, very good in the ring. She could tell a good story, and she's very beautiful. So I mean, she seems like she has the whole package. Let's see if when she goes into the main roster, if that continues to happen. But this match was very good. Jada Parker surprised me. Like she surprised a lot of people since she started like showing herself in the ring. Um, Definitely her selling was very good in this match because Roxanne controlled quite a bit of it. As Jada came in with taped ribs, looks like she injured herself somehow. Um, but Roxanne also showed that there's still some fear when Jada was getting her offense, and you could see that Roxanne was not happy, but also the fear in her eyes, especially after that slap from Tuesday night last week. Like I said, great match, great spots all through the match. Um, Jada went to give Roxanne a hip thrust on the barricade towards the end of the match, with Roxanne moving out of the way, Jada eating it and going through the barricade, and then getting the pop rocks right there on the barricade was very good. And Roxanne soon after that gets the win with the pop rocks in the ring. Great match. I give this an 8 out of 10. I was kind of thinking if Roxanne was moving up here to the main roster soon, Jada would have taken it, but yeah, Roxanne is just too strong right now. They're building her to be like a mega star here soon. Speaking of mega stars, Gilia made her debut, the Japanese superstar, finally after months of rumors and waiting for her to come into NXT. She debuts right after the match, confronting her, pretty much saying that she's going straight after the champion. And this might be where Roxanne possibly loses the title and moves up to the main roster. But she looked beautiful with her long hair. Great. She kind of looked a little bit like Trunks when Trunks comes into Dragon Ball Z in the beginning, when they go back to Earth after Namek. But she looked great. It looks like this might be a great match when they actually do it. But yeah, that was such a great match. 8 out of 10, like I said. And then for the main event, we have Ethan Page putting his world title on an NXT championship on the line against the one everyone believes in, Joe Henry, except me, because I don't believe in him. Sorry. He reminds me too much of Simon Dean from the early 2000s with that workout gimmick. Just too happy-go-lucky, dressing very similar. So I'm not a big fan of that, but hey, he is over, and the crowd showed it when he came in. Also when TNA when he came in this last week with the Hardys, loved it. He is obviously very charismatic, and the crowd loves him. So I just I'm not a fan of him. But also in this match was Trick Williams as a special guest referee. This was a solid match. Very good match. Ethan Page retains. Yeah, it was some good. It was a good match. Some good spots in the outside, and then a referee bump from sorry, Trick Williams had a little brain fart trying to remember what happened, but as Joe Henry hits Ethan Page with his finisher, another ref immediately comes running in trying to get a 3 count, but Trick Williams jumps in and stops the count. I thought then and there that Joe Henry was going to win, but I also had a feeling Trick was going to stop it. But yeah, that pisses off Joe Henry. No, sorry, Ethan Page. Joe Henry ends up taking another finisher from Ethan Page, and begrudgingly, Trick Williams counts to 3. So Ethan Page retains, and after the match, Pete Dunne attacks Trick Williams, also staring down Ethan Page. So it looks like that might be another rivalry coming here soon. This match, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Nothing over the top here. It was good to see what Joe Henry is really about. I haven't really seen much of it. But yeah, this was entertaining, definitely for sure, as Ethan Page is always very, very entertaining. But yeah, the overall grade for the match was for the show, sorry, is an 8.5 out of 10. I think it was a better show than what was Bash in Berlin. Bash in Berlin did have I think the 2 better matches, except maybe Roxanne's match was slightly better. And the Zach Wentz and Wesley match was actually better. But yeah, this was an 8.5 out of 10. Matches on the night, I'll finish with that, but there was a few honorable mentions. First is Obafemi versus the Don, Tony D'Angelo. Very good match. Needs to be an honorable mention. And then the NXT tag titles, that it was a great way to start the show. A lot of energy. The nonstop Nathan Frazier definitely lives up to that name. But yeah, that was such a great match, great story, especially the ending. But yeah, those are honorable mentions here. And then the 2 matches of the night, runner-up, I think, NXT Women's Champion. Roxanne versus Jada Parker. Anytime I see Roxanne, she puts on a hell of a match, and that's a little bit of bias on my part too because I'm a big fan of her. And then Wesley versus Zachary Wentz. I didn't expect the finish to go like it did, especially Wentz pulling out that win. But overall, the match, I knew they were going to be very high flying, very energetic, and they were. So I got to give them the nod there, and also to NXT WWE for putting the putting a nod to the TNA superstar Zachary Wentz. But yeah, this was a great show. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in the comments below. Um, any your favorite matches? What was your match of the night? What was the moment you did not see coming? Like me, Wentz taking that win. But other than that, remember to be grateful for everything you have, all the good stuff. Remember to be grateful for the problems you don't have, as it could always be much, much worse. And I've been Lobo, and this was Joker's Wildside Review. See ya.